Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, everybody, it's Norris. I know it's early in the morning. Some people are up, some people are not. So some people might catch the replay. But I figured it was about time to start teaching a little bit about what I know on lives. I advise a lot of people on wealth and apartment investing, and I do a lot of teaching on mindset and stuff like that. But I just thought it's time to start coming out to Facebook. I make a lot of posts and people like them. So I said at some point I'm going to start teaching live. So here it is. Just to give a little bit of background on me for those who don't know, I spent 10 years as a financial advisor and also spent 10 years as a, what you want to call it, motivational speaker, coach, mindset training, whatever you want to call it. Spent a lot of time doing that. And I really enjoyed that. But I had to get back to my first love, which is finance and deal making and things of that nature. And what I figured out is wealth and wealth building is more mindset than anything else. If I say anything is 80% mechanics, I'll say that I said it backwards actually. It's 80% mindset, 20% mechanics. And the mistake we make is we go out and we want to read all the books and take all the seminars and all the courses and all that stuff. And that's great because you got to have the education. But what happens is we don't go do anything with it. We stack. I know a lot of people have closets full of old books and DVDs and courses that they never even opened. And they spent $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. Some people spend as much as $50,000 on courses. Most of them are masterminds, which is basically an immersion kind of situation where everybody gets in. It's supposed to be one large brainstorm, but what happens a lot of times is the brainstorm never happens. So the one thing I want to talk about today is we got to start with the foundation. What I figured out the foundation of wealth is my definition of wealth actually has nothing to do with money. Nothing to do with money at all. My definition of wealth, and this is just from my experience, so this is my definition. Now, you go out there and Dave Ramsey will say one thing, and Susie Orman will say another thing, and Grant Cardone will say another thing. Everybody has their own definition because we all have our own past. But my definition, I'm going to put it on the screen for you. Well, I thought I had it. Well, I can just tell you what it is. My definition of wealth is being who you know you are in the face of doubt, fear, and justification. Those three things stop most of us from doing anything. Doubt, fear, and justification. And those things are taught to us. We're so worried about what other people would say and other people would do or what other people will think that we rarely ever move. And then if we do move, we won't move beyond a certain boundary and we'll sit there. Now we'll look over the fence at our dreams and goals and aspirations and what we want to do. And we'll say what that person is doing and I could do that if I had this. Or I would do that if I had that. When all in our mind, it's a bunch of BS that we're making up not to really go for it. Because guess what? If I really go for it, what are those people who didn't go for it going to say about me? And that's what we worry about. So that's my definition, is being the person that you know you are. Because everybody's called to something unique, something specific, and something eternal to do. Everybody here has a job. If you're still here, you still have a job to do. That's the only reason you're not gone yet, because you still have a job to do. And we get off base and we just don't pursue that. And we end up living a life in this little bitty circle. A lot of people call it the comfort zone. I call it the lazy zone. We end up in this little bitty circle when this whole world is out here and we live in this little bitty circle. And you know how much we fight to stay in this little circle, to be accepted, for people to love us and care about us in this little bitty circle. Imagine how much bigger and more grand the world is outside that circle. So the first thing I wanted to do is just lay out to you, think about the things that you doubt and you fear and you justify about yourself to be accepted by other people. Because I guarantee you 100% that's stopping you from getting everything that you want. So I don't want to be long today. I want to throw that out at you. I'll be back later on today with some more teaching things, but I need you to really think about who you can really be if you didn't doubt yourself, if you weren't afraid of what other people might say, if you didn't justify why you shouldn't do something. So that's all for this morning. I'll talk to you guys later on today. And for you guys that's on the replay, give me a thumbs up and let you know that you were on the replay. But we got to understand this first principle first, because we're going to get into some really advanced stuff. But I got to get you to understand and grasp this first concept before we go any further.